Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Unlocked with Tracy Wilson. I am your host. Obviously, my name's Tracy Wilson, and welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the 3 C's to becoming a thought leader in your industry. So hang around if you are somebody who wants to, you've got a message you want to share, you want to become a thought leader, you want to be able to stand out in your industry, then today's session is going to be for you. Welcome to those of you who are joining me from the Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life group. What I want you guys to do is just make sure that today I am just making sure that I can actually see you guys, or that you guys can actually see me, that you can hear me. Can you guys just let me know that that I am actually live? Just type to me in the comments and let me know that I'm actually here and you can hear me okay and there's no problem with our broadcasting. If you could do that, that would be absolutely wonderful. Secondly, if you're not inside of the Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life, then I would recommend that you get yourself on over. Find us inside of Facebook. Come and join our group, because not only will you get to listen to my show, but you'll also get to listen to a number of other shows that are broadcast in that channel on a regular basis. We basically have a show every single day, and we talk about all things to help you thrive in business, family, and life. And if you're listening to the podcast, well, thank you for being a valued listener on the podcast itself. So if you don't want to listen to, or you can't make it inside of these live sessions, there is another way to be able to listen to these sessions on a regular basis. It is simply to go and download the podcast Unlocked with Tracy Wilson on both on iTunes and the Apple Play Store. Gee whiz, it's Friday today, so muddling up my words, but hey, great to be here. So let's get stuck into these. I want to talk about these 3 things to becoming a industry leader. So a leader, a thought leader in your particular industry. And I talk about, and it looks like we've got a little bit of a lag online. So I can see you guys jumping on now, just wanting to make sure that you can actually hear me. So if somebody could just message to me, that would be fantastic. So I want to talk about these 3 C's. These 3 C's are actually not just for business or for helping you to create thought leadership and to get yourself in a position where you are seen as a thought leader in your industry, but these are actually things that run across, your family and also your life. I was scrolling through my newsfeed the other day, and I saw one of my really good friends who has been doing it a little bit tough lately with the messaging that she's been, getting out in the world. She's really decided to stand up and take ownership of a particular industry, and she's finding herself having some challenges in that space right now. So I'm actually going to dedicate this to her. I'm not going to give you her name, but I'm hoping that she's going to be listening, and I want her to know that, we are standing together with you to help you really make some changes in the world and in the industry that you are in. So I'm hoping that you're going to listen and you're going to hear this. And also, if you're just a listener and that message wasn't directed necessarily at you, it is also directed at you. So if you're somebody who is wanting to step up, stand out and really amplify what your message is about, then I also want you to know that we are here for you. So let's kick into these. So the first one is this. The very first thing that, whenever you're creating, you're trying to get a message out, you're trying to share that with the world, you're wanting to be seen as a thought leader. Well, that comes at, I'm going to say at a price, and that price is this thing called courage. We need to be somebody, when you're deciding that you're going to do that, the first thing that you need to have, and the first C in this whole equation, is courage. And so that will allow you to actually have the courage to be able to stand up and use your voice and your message to be able to make an impact in the world, to be able to impact many, many people. So the very first thing is courage. I was actually listening to something just the other day by Brene Brown, and she was talking about privilege, and she was talking about the fact that she thought that the definition of privilege was this. It was when you don't have the courage to step up and to use your voice to share a message about something that you really believe in. when you sit back and you go, actually, I'm comfortable with where everything's at. I'm comfortable with what's going on. I'm comfortable in the space that I'm in, and I don't have the courage to be able to share the message because I may be ridiculed. I may be, I may be somebody who is, is then targeted. Like I was dedicated this particular message to a friend of mine who has really been a trailblazer in her industry. But what she's finding is that she's getting a lot of arrows in her back. So one of the things that you will find when you build yourself up to have enough courage to be able to step up and start talking about the things that you really believe in, some of the things that you might believe in may not be mainstream. They may be prolific. They may be on the outer. So, you need to have that courage to actually talk about that. And we need people who are prepared to do that. So this particular person is out there doing amazing things to really start to, ruffle some feathers in her particular industry to try and make it a better place. She firmly believes that that is the thing that needs to happen. But because she is the person that's going out there, she's the leader, she's the person that's doing it first, she's the one that ends up with all the, the arrows in her back. It's like if people are chasing you and they're going to throw the arrows to try and knock you down and to slow you down. And one of the things that you must have is like a deep sense of courage. Allow that, I've talked about this before, allow that lioness to come out and for you to speak your truth, have the courage to talk about the things that you really believe in, and do not stop. So, and when that happens, what you'll find is that as you continue to speak and you find that courage and you continue to speak up, then more and more people will start to, rally around you, get to see and hear your message. It will resonate with them. And before long, that sense of belonging that you had where you were in your comfort zone and you now got into a position where you stepped out and you were, being this, the person solo going out and speaking your message without a big backing of the masses. Before long, your message will be heard by others and it will resonate with them, and you will start to build your own tribe. So the very first C in this entire equation, as I said, is having courage. Courage will enable you to step up, and you make that decision to find the courage and then be able to step up and lean in and be the person that's at that boardroom table speaking your truth. We talk a lot about this in the book that's coming out, The She Myth. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an insight into some of these things, but the 3 C's that I think firmly enable you to create a movement, create yourself as a thought leader, and enable you to make changes that are required in this world or in your industry. So number 1, having courage. Number 2 is this. Number 2 is commitment. Commitment is, and I'm not talking about just having, hey, I think I might like to do this and I'm going to do it for a little while. It's actually being really committed. It's understanding what your purpose is, what your mission is, what are you trying to do, and really, really connecting with that. When you can connect with that, you will then create this level of commitment, the commitment that will enable you to go on and on and on. It's like, those that go to the Olympics, why do they get there? It may not necessarily be that they are, better sportsmen than somebody else who, who is born with a natural talent. But the difference is that they have the commitment. They get up, most of them get up super early in the morning. They train their little hearts out like until they're, feet bleed, and they keep doing that because they are absolutely committed to their mission and to the cause. So commitment, it requires you to, to really be committed to it. It requires you to make a decision that that's what you want to do, and then have an unwavering, steely commitment to your cause and just continue to keep going. So that's number 2. Number 3 is this. We're going to go really fast today. And I'm not sure if we've got some issues with our broadcasting, because normally we have loads of people on here. I'm not sure if I've got a heap of people watching today. But either way, it doesn't matter, because we have a replay and you guys can watch the replay anyway. So if you're here watching the replay, do me a favor and hashtag replay. Number 3 is this. Number 3 is consistency. So, and I cannot stress this enough. It's about having consistency. It's about showing up. It's about, I've talked about this before on some of the Unlock shows around, making sure that that brand is consistent, that your messaging is consistent, that when people engage with you, they know what to expect. They understand that you need to show up and be consistent time after time after time after time. That consistency will ensure that your message continues to be heard, continues to be, you continue to be seen, you're showing up, people get to know you, they get to understand what to expect from you. Consistency is extremely important, and I cannot stress that enough. I can only speak for myself, but I know that in the past, that this is actually one thing that I've been working on over the last couple of years, is just being really consistent with the things that I do. And now consistent even with the show. You guys know that to get a message from me, you jump online, you get on the Unlock Show with Tracy Wilson. It happens currently twice a week on a Wednesday and a Friday. You know that that's going to happen. It always happens at 10 a.m. You know that the consistency is that the things that I talk about are around business, family, and life. So what you want to do with your messaging and with your business is you want to have a level of consistency. It can be, whether it's for your team or whether it's for your audience, can be really distracting when there is not consistency, when people don't know what to expect. It's like, if I can liken this to, a boss who you would think is like a firecracker. You just never know when they're going to blow up. So, they may have consistency that when things are going right, they are fine, but then other times they just lose their shit, and you're going to get some blow up from them. But being consistent, people always knowing what it is that they can expect from you. They know, when you're going to turn up, that you do turn up on time, and that you have absolute consistency in what it is that you do. It takes some time to get there. So be kind on yourself, and just make sure that you understand, what are the values that you want to be held to account personally for, and then just keep yourself consistent with all of those. There's also 3 C's. There's kind of two, 3 C's that I want to talk about today. So those 3 C's are the ones that I think are really important to build up your positioning as a thought leader in your industry. I'm just going to recap on them really quickly, because I've gone over them real quick today. But if you read the book, you'll get some more detail, and we go really deep in those. And I've also got a program that goes with the book coming out very, very soon. So the first was courage, and that is all about us standing up, being ready to stand up and share your message. The second is commitment. Commitment is all about standing firm on what it is that you believe, and what it is that your mission, and what you're trying to achieve, and the change that you want to make. And the third is consistency. Consistency will allow you to stand out. People will understand what to expect from you. It doesn't mean that you cut out all levels of spontaneity. It doesn't mean that. You can still, you still need to have that. But what it does mean is building yourself a set of standards that you can be absolutely consistent on. And if you are going to, build a platform where you want to stand out, then I would pick one and just be very, very consistent with it. So when I talk about building a platform, you may decide that, you've got courage, you want to stand, you're ready to stand up, you're ready to share a message. The second is, you've got that commitment. You're absolutely committed to that cause, and you're not going to do it for a little while, fall off the bandwagon, and all of a sudden it goes by the wayside, but making sure that you stay the course and that you're absolutely committed to that cause, to your core. And then the third being consistency, that consistency to continue to enable yourself to stand out, and then become the champion for others and help them to also stand out. When it comes to standing out, That's all around like picking your platform. How will you do that? Are you going to be somebody that publishes in a written format? Are you going to be a blogger? Are you going to write books? Are you somebody that wants to do, a podcast and share your message through that means? Or are you somebody that wants to do something like this, live video? Maybe it's Facebook Lives, maybe it's, a show like this. In my opinion, of course, I would be biased, but if for me, this is the best way to do it. And this is the way that I think is the way of the future, is video, but video through personal connection, through me talking to you directly through a screen and sharing my message to help you stand out in your respective industries and become the thought leaders that you are meant to be. So that's the way in which I choose to do it. Like I said, I've got a few different programs coming out over the coming months, one of which is going to actually teach people how to do this, to get on live, have a show, create, your movement, talk about the things that you are really passionate about, and then being able to actually turn that into multiple pieces of content that you can utilize, that you can use over all of your social media platforms in less than 2 hours a week. So, I'm really excited to be bringing that out very, very shortly. Now, I did say that I was going to talk about the other three C's that actually pertain to life. So I'm just going to get rid of this little banner just for a moment. Let me just jump back here and we'll get rid of that. Okay, so these 3 C's are about our lives. And of course, the 3 C's are this. It's that life is full of chances. Life is about us taking a chance. Sometimes we need to take a chance on ourselves. Sometimes we need to take a chance with somebody else or with an opportunity. So when you look at your life at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of your life, you want to look back and go, well, did I take every chance I possibly could today? Did I make the most of my day? Were there opportunities for me to stretch outside of my comfort zone? And if they were, did I take them? Did I do everything I could today to make a difference and take a chance and back yourself? The best bet you can have is on yourself. So back yourself and just get out there and do whatever it is that you are passionate about. The second is, is changes. Life is full of changes. We are constantly changing. We are constantly faced with different things that we need to be navigating, particularly like in this situation with a pandemic. We are in the middle of massive change. And in the middle of massive change, what happens? Well, there are lots and lots of opportunities come from that. It was really interesting when I talk about, we've got a bit of, there we go, the lights come back. So yesterday I was out shopping with my husband and we were looking at a couple of shops, as we were walking through the shopping centre, which is normally really busy, bustling with, various different shops. And it was almost like every second or third shop you walked past, they were closed or they had a closing down sale. And it was just really, really sad to see. And the way that I wanted to look at that was, although it was really sad to see, like in nature, what happens? Often we have things that, in a fire, things get burnt down, or we have to burn things down to allow for new growth to happen. So what we're going to start to see is that, yes, there are lots of shops being shut. Yes, lots of jobs will be lost. But in that turmoil, there are also opportunities that come from that. New growth happens. There will be opportunities for you to talk about what you believe in, to talk about what's going on, to start new movements, and to be the person that actually leads that, leading it with courage, leading it with commitment and consistency. And if you can do that, then there will be multiple opportunities that are going to come out of this situation for you. You just need to have the courage to be ready to stand up and then stand firm and stand out in whatever your respective industry is. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We've got about 5 minutes left. So I just want to go and just see if you guys have got any questions. And in fact, I want to ask the audience if there is anything specific that you would like me to talk about on a particular show. So if you want me to talk about a specific topic, I want you to write to me. I want you to go to the Metadime redadimeDigitalCo.com website, and I want you to send me a message. There is an opportunity in there for you to be able to give me an opportunity, give me some topics that you would like me to speak about, and I will feature you on the Unlock Show. The Unlock Show gets streamed across multiple channels, so you will have an opportunity for your business to stand out. So I want to give you that opportunity today. Go to the MetaDimeDigitalCo.com channel. We'll put it inside of the chat because I know that's a bit of a mouthful to try and remember, but I'll pop it in there, and go to that channel, and I'll go to that website, and just make sure that you message me and let me know what topics you would like me to speak about, and to help you thrive across your business, your family, and in your life. So I'm going to leave it at that today. I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. Today's a little bit of a short one, but I thought it was really a topic that is really important, because now the world needs people to step up. It needs people to start talking about what you believe in, and we are looking for change. People are thriving and waiting for you to come up with something so that they can make a change in their life. So if that's you, get ready, because you need to join the program that we've got coming out very, very shortly, and we will teach you how you can create a movement and build yourself to be an authority in your industry by stepping up, standing firm, and standing out in this world of business. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to be back again next week, so I'll have another special guest with me next week on my Wednesday, and then again next Friday. I'm going to take you guys to a special little location. Not going to tell you where it is right now. You'll have to join me so that you can see for yourself, but I guarantee it's going to be a beauty. So you need to dial in and tune in next Friday. So that being said, guys, have a fantastic week. If you enjoy these shows, please share them with your friends and invite people to come and join us inside of the Success Secrets for Business, Family, and Life. Talk to you guys again soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.